Fox News alert, Kamala Harris is about to speak near the border. We'll take you there live when it happens. That was Kamala Harris, coming out and basically saying, I'm a big border hawk. She had her nice jacket on. This is her big border security speech she's about to give. She just let in 10 million illegals. Half of them were convicted criminals. That means about 5% of the Biden-Harris migrants are ex-cons. And Biden-Harris have no idea where they are. They let in 13,000 convicted murderers and lost track of them. They let in 15,000 convicted rapists, and now they're gone. I always assumed when an illegal was caught by Border Patrol and they did a background check and they found out the guy was a convicted murderer, they'd immediately detain them and deport them, but no. I had no idea Biden and Harris were catching convicted killers and letting them loose into the country. Oh, you murdered your brother? Here's a court date in 5 years and for your asylum hearing. Take this free phone, get on that plane. I hope you like New York. Oh, you raped a kid? Here's a free sandwich, a free sex change, and a bus ticket to Houston. These people aren't seeking asylum. We should be seeking asylum from them. Trump says, I told you so.
Some egghead maybe said, oh, it's wonderful to release people, and it sounds so nice. We're releasing migrants into our country. But these are killers. These are people at the highest level of killing. They'd cut your throat, and they won't even think about it the next morning. These are convicted people for life, are now in our country, and I can finally look at them and see, I say, I told you so to the fake news. What Kamala Harris has done is unforgivable. It's a crime, what she did. It's got to be criminal. There's no greater act of disloyalty than to extinguish the sovereignty of your own nation, and that's what she's done. She's ruined our nation. She's ruined our nation.
And the media called Trump a liar for saying countries were emptying their prisons. Well, where do you think 500,000 ex-cons came from? The gym? The fact that they impeached him over a phone call while Biden and Harris are processing rapists and murderers into the country. How is that not high crimes and misdemeanors? So along with the 300,000 migrant kids they lost, Biden and Harris lost tens of thousands of migrant killers and rapists, and the whole time they said the border was secure.
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
Democrats say Trump's dangerous. How? Because Kamala Harris is importing convicted murderers and rapists into America and then lying about it. She's the most dangerous presidential nominee in the history of American politics. She's created a geyser of sex trafficking, crime, addiction that'll impact America for decades. And she never went to the border once, but decided to go today of all days, a month before the election. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the election. Kamala is in the Tucson sector of Arizona tonight, the epicenter of her crisis. Look at how Biden and Harris blew open the border in Tucson after it was under control. And now she's there for a photo op on the eve of the election. And look how staged this border visit is. This wasn't about her seeing anything with her own eyes or learning the truth about illegal immigration. This was about getting the right shot of her walking along the border wall with Border Patrol agents. If we can show that. A wall she said she doesn't even believe in. Border Patrol agents who she falsely accused of whipping. Remember? She said they were whipping Haitians. Now, no one else will show you these scenes we're showing you. But what you're looking at is a frenzy of Harris staffers wrangling photographers to get the perfect picture as fast as possible so they can all get the hell out of there and just say they visited the border. Kamala was only actually at the border from 6:11 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., less than 20 minutes. That's not visiting the border. That's just a photo op. The cameras weren't even allowed to get the audio of her walk and talk with the agents, so we have no idea what was discussed. She never even addressed the press. It was like she walked the runway and went backstage. She was just there to show off her border outfit. And before her big border security speech, which we've been waiting for 4 years, They had a wacky woman warming up the crowd. Watch.
I came all the way from California, heard of, woo! That's right! That's right! Let me hear it! Let me hear it! She's driving in any minute now, and I want her to hear you in the car. So what do we say? Kamala, 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 Kamala. Hit your feet! On your feet!
This is supposed to be a deadly serious policy speech. And they have a warm-up act telling the audience how to clap, like Gutfeld exclamation. Kamala's blaming Trump for the problem she created and telling you everything she wants to do to fix it, but never did when she had the chance. She says it's time for a strong border. Well, why hasn't she done it? She's stopped Trump's border wall and then sold the extra steel for scrap. She ended Remain in Mexico. She brought back catch and release and has deported less than 1% of the illegals she let in. Less than 1%. If she wants to stop illegal immigration, she should stop flying them into the country. She claims the border crossing numbers are down. She's just not counting the migrants she's flying here and sending to the ports of entry so they can break into the country with their border app. Remember the one you make a reservation to break into the country with? Open table for illegals, as we call it. And what's the point of asking for more Border Patrol agents if they're just going to keep catching and releasing people? Fentanyl has exploded under Kamala's watch. Why hasn't she done anything about it? How can all of this be Trump's fault if he's not in power? But she is. He doesn't have the power to do anything about the border. She does. Kamala keeps saying she prosecuted drug cartels in California. Then why didn't she do anything as vice president? The cartels quadrupled their cash flow under Harris. They're the only ones who have wages going up. If Kamala Harris really wanted to secure the border, she would have called the Border Patrol chief and made a plan.
I've never had one conversation with the president or the vice president for that matter. And so I was the chief of the Border Patrol. I commanded 21,000 people. That's a problem.
Think about how backwards all of this is. The border czar brings 500,000 criminals into the country and thinks it's mean to deport them. She thinks it's cruel to deport criminals. She's actually promising mass amnesty instead of mass deportations, when the majority of the country wants mass deportations. Everyone in America knows better.
She's trying to make the case that, you know, she has been tough on the border as a prosecutor in California. What do you make of that? What do you make of that?
It's lies.
What do you make of Democrats trying to argue that they are tough on the border?
It's political rhetoric that's an absolute lie.
The Border Patrol is calling Kamala's visit tonight nothing more than a check the box and slap in the face to the American public. They're asking, where's she been? Kamala went to Europe before she went to the border. She deserted the people of Arizona. If the election was held today, Kamala Harris would lose Arizona. The last 3 polls out of Arizona, Donald Trump's beating her soundly. She knowingly put Americans' lives in danger for political power. Mass migration would lead to mass amnesty, which would lead to a massive amount of new Democrat voters and congressional power. Americans have died and will continue to die because of this reckless political gamble. Kamala Harris has blood on her hands. And I know the American people will never, ever elect someone like that as President of the United States. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.